Hello, it's Oren Prunken, and today I want to talk to you about brand road signs, or road signs that are for brands. And I've got a bit of a drive today, and on my drive I've been driving past vendors on the road, and with these bricks and mortar places, most of them, the majority of them, as you would expect, have road signs. And the thing is with road signs is when you're driving, you have tons of different distractions. There's cars that I'm just about to pass on my left, there's a bus I'm just about to pass on my right, and I've got to navigate a whole bunch of things. And I'm actually also talking on a video, so I'm multitasking. I'm not super good at multitasking, and that's probably why I do a lot of ums on these things. But there are tons of distractions that I've got to be looking out for on the road. Now, when I'm driving and I'm looking to the sides of the road, navigating these distractions, I can see different brand signs. I'm just doing a left-hand turn here, and I look to my right, and there is a brand sign that is literally just the logo of the brand. So I wanted to talk to you today about the different types of signage that vendors can have on the side of the road. And if that applies to you, this episode is going to be really important. So as a bit of context, I want to go back and describe the different types of customers going through a typical customer journey. There are customers who are problem unaware, as in they don't know that they have a problem, and your goal with that type of prospect is to make them problem aware first and foremost. Then there is prospects that are problem aware, and your goal with that type of prospect is to then first and foremost make them solution aware, not just your solution, but all of the solutions that are available on the market. The next type is product aware, so they are aware of solutions, but they are not aware of your products. So how can you go out making them product aware? And then finally, prospects that are most aware. They're already technically your customers. They've purchased something, they're most aware of your product, service and solution, and they want to know potentially what's next, how you can get them results faster or with less effort typically. Now, for each of those types of prospects, they all need different types of communication. I just said what types of goals that you have for each one of those, and ideally you should be pushing them all through to product aware and most aware, ideally within one communication. That's really hard to do, and that's not the point of this episode. But what you should be doing is communicating to each one of those prospect segments and cohorts on that customer journey. Now, how do you do that with brand road signs? So I'll probably start at the very beginning of that, of what types of signs you should have for prospects that are problem unaware. Now, I don't think you should have any signage for prospects that are problem unaware. For you to have a clear and concise and compelling message in the time it takes someone to go past your sign in a motor vehicle that is going to make them problem aware is really difficult. So I don't think brands should be doing that. There are ways of making prospects problem aware, and usually you can plant seeds of doubt, and that comes from rhetorical style questions. So you could have a billboard, for example, that asks a rhetorical style question that will hopefully plant a seed of doubt in that prospect's mind, the prospect that is problem unaware, and get them to reflect on what they're currently doing, to see if what they're currently doing is actually the best way of going about it. But I don't recommend it, and I digress. So the next category is problem aware. They're problem aware, they know that they've got a problem, they're just looking for a whole bunch of solutions at this stage. And you, for example, could, and I'm making it really simple here, do a sign that says burgers. They know that they are hungry, they just don't know how they can satisfy that hunger, and it could be burgers if you sell burgers. The next type of category is solution aware. They're aware of solutions. They are aware of burgers are a solution to hunger, but they don't know which one they should choose. You know, there's different burger places that offer burgers for them to choose from. So a sign that you could use in this respect is burgers $10. If you are competing on price, which I don't recommend you do, but this is just an example of what you could do for solution aware customers. Now, the next category is product aware. They know that there are solutions out there. They know they are shopping on money and money alone. So $10 burgers are amazing. But in this instance, you could potentially just say your brand name. Now, they don't necessarily know who your brand is. So this type of signage is actually for customers that are product aware. They already know about your products. So if you are putting your logo up on a sign, like I said several minutes ago when I was doing that left-hand turn, there was a logo of that vendor, that bricks and mortar vendor. That is the time you should be putting your logo up, is when prospects already know who you are and they're driving to try to find you. They already know they have a problem. They already know how to go solve it. They already know you are the best vendor. But when they get in the car and they go try to find it, having your logo is the best signage to allow people to find you, because you're looking at numbers. There's 27 there, and there's 29 there, and there's 31, and so on. So that's the best type of signage for those customers. And again, I would suggest having your logo for customers that have already been to your premises before and purchased. Just a reminder of how to get there if they forget and they don't go there too often. So those customers that are most aware should be using logo as well. So hopefully this is trying to break down some of the ways you can use signage for all of your potential prospects and customers, and what they need at what point they are in the customer journey. Now you can combine all of those to consolidate and capture all of your potential prospects and customers. But the main thing I want to reiterate is when you're in your car, there are so many distractions just driving alone. But if you are looking for something that solves a problem, or looking for awareness around a problem, you need to be really, really concise and simple with your messaging, because of all those other distractions. You need to be able to capture their attention and communicate that in one glance. And that is the best way to go about doing that, in my humble opinion. So hopefully this episode was really useful to you, for those of you that have bricks and mortar businesses and you are trying to attract more prospects and customers. So I'd love you to go try this out in your business and let me know how you go, because I love hearing from you all. And until we talk next time, I hope you have a fantastic day, and goodbye.
Thanks for listening, and if you like what was on here and want more, please go to orenprunken.com.